Oh, you know what, hon? Did you give me your evaluation sheet?
I did not.
Don't worry about it. I'll just use this piece of paper in the interest of time.
I'm so sorry.
Don't worry. Go ahead.
Alright, so over the summer, during the month of July, my friends and I were coming home from In-N-Out, and we experienced excessive force by the police. So on our way home, we were pulled over by over 8 police officers, and we expected just like a normal police officer to come to our window and ask for the license and registration, but instead we had a police officer speak to us through a megaphone from about 10 feet away from our vehicle, and he asked each and every one of us to step out of the vehicle individually with our hands in the air, and little did we know we had like guns pointed to our heads, and I saw a red dot actually on my friend's forehead as he stepped out of the vehicle, and he told me after the case that he heard one of the police officers say head check. After this, once we all stepped out, they made us crawl on all four to their vehicles, and once we got close to them, they lifted us up and dropped us to the ground and put us all in handcuffs. At the end of this, we had a ton of questions, and they told us that someone had made a report that we were armed, that we just went to In-N-Out, so we were all really confused. So because of this case, I've decided to explore the area of racial discrimination in the U.S. law enforcement, and I will start with the question of how this issue leads to the criminalization of minorities in the U.S. To explain this further, I will tell you 2 main issues about my topic, some resources I plan to research, and finally, how this question is situated in social justice. So my first main issue is misconduct in the law enforcement, and I hope to look at this issue through the lens of racial profiling, and I hope to research more on enforcement practices and how they should be done correctly. My second main issue is criminalization and the criminalization rates for minorities and why they're higher for people of color than like white people. And two resources that I hope to research are the website for the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, which is the NAACP, and I found this to be very credible because they actually have press sources and press releases of real events in time, and they've been around since 1909 and have played a huge role in the civil rights movement. I also found a professor at USC whose name is Joseph Petrocelli, who's an MA in criminal justice, and he is also a police practices and procedures expert. So now I will tell you how this issue is situated in social justice. So I thought about this a lot the past 2 nights, and it brought me to the question of how are we as U.S. citizens supposed to feel safe when those who are meant to serve and protect us are actually one of our biggest fears. And to wrap things up, I told you all about my research question, which is how racial profiling leads to the criminalization of minorities in the United States. I told you about my 2 main issues, which are misconduct in the law enforcement and criminalization. And I also told you about my 2 resources that I hope to further research and how my issue is situated in social justice. Thank you.
Okay, Jose. Or, yes. Bianca, you want? Okay. No, think we'll all get there. Okay, go ahead. So, Jose, you gave me your...
Okay. Oh, look, not having a full crowd doesn't make my attention really kind of irrelevant.
Okay, you can pretend. And
Okay.
go ahead and go, honey. You've got to go.
Thank you so
Did you
much.
post your topic? You didn't, right?
Did not.
Will you put it up there on the board so I can talk back to you like, with this information and stuff? Okay, great.
Sounds good.
Thanks
you.
so much. Yeah, Jose, you can pretend. And if you two have more than one, or more than, how about this for the interest of time? Tell us about one research that you'll do rather than 2 or 3. Yeah.